Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So, we have been spending the week thus far working on Cemetery Island for the lower city. And yesterday we created the exterior to the mausoleum. And today we are going to do a hallway space inside the building. Um, Hopefully, this will be interesting. But this would be typical of the kind of thing you would actually design and illustrate for a TV show and really a film too. But much more these kind of sets are the sort of thing you would spend most of your time making. So hopefully it'll be interesting. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take our basic cube and we're going to use it today, I think. But we'll tab and GC1, bring it up to the origin, take it out. Okay, and let's just go ahead and save too. Blender's been failing enough on us lately that, this week. Where am I? I have too many folders now. Morning, Micah. Good to see you. New folder 231109 William. I always have to remember how to spell this word. I forgot the live stream too. Stream Mausoleum Corridor. 231109 live stream corridor. Okay, so we're gonna make this thing maybe, I don't know how long, 15 meters long maybe. So SY 7.5. Sounds good. And then let's see, how do we want to do that? Let's go ahead. Yeah. All right, I can speak. Tab to Control R and over here to loop cut factor of 1. No, factor of 2. Or where we want it to be. How could that be a factor of 0.5? No. I'm not sure exactly what that factor does, to be honest. We're just going to line it up by eyeball. Just trying to put a corridor in there. That's roughly the same width, but that's good enough. There we go. And tab and alt X, and let's just mirror it. And there, apply it. Okay. And then I'm going to add a loop cut here, I think. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm going to take this and this and extend them out past the space. And yeah, it's not actually that long, but that's okay. I'm doing okay. Glad that the strike ended yesterday, and that opens up some things for me. Hopefully, it's nothing assured, but hopefully it gives us something. Okay, so we have our base shape. Now let's tab A, Shift N, and we're going to want it inside. And here we go. We are inside our space. And do we want baseboards? And greetings, Anmy. Do we want baseboards and bevels? Maybe we do. Let's do it. Let's do the ceiling ones first. Okay. Yeah, it was very necessary. I have no problems that they did it at all. But yes, where am I? Edges, vertices, width type. Where am I? Custom. There we go. And preset. Crown molding? Sure. We need to give it a few more cut segments to give us to that. Sure. We have crown molding now. I'm gonna leave it off the floor, I think. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it off everything for right now. The reason I'm doing is I'm going to separate the ceiling so I can see, but we can always add it like later if we need to. P selection tab, and let's move that to a news collection, ceiling, and hide it. Yeah, for sure, right? Yeah. And let's bring a person in for scale. Temple Runner. That's what we're in. We're all playing Temple Runner. We just don't know it. There's human generator. I'm sure everyone's like, it's right there, you idiot. But I can't see it yet. Hard ops box cutter. I reinstalled some, there we go, plugins yesterday to get to the latest version, which means it's moved all the order where they were in. So all the places where I had it memorized, gone. Okay, there we go. Got a dude. And actually, let's bring our ceiling back too, because we want to take that. We're to, let's go GZ 0.5. Ceiling up that high. Yeah, cool. And then tab and 2 GZ 0.5. Okay, so we're going 2.5 meter high ceilings, which are low, but I feel like it'll kind of help give us the vibe that we're looking for. Hide our ceiling again. Okay, and I want this to be narrow. Certainly, I don't want it to be any wider than 2 meters. Maybe we'll give it 2 meters, but yeah, no wider. And let's do this wall first. And I'm just going to Q clean mesh. Yeah, cool. I don't need all those other faces right now. And E, and extrude this back a little bit. No, I always forget that does it. Shift D, E, get back a little bit. Now, Control L, A, M, distance. Cool. This will be built by humans, I think. This is going to be in that Venetian style. The natives have kind of got, I mean, they operate it in the sense, but they've still been co-opted into this system. It's basically a human planet now, except for a couple little places they scrape out an existence in the corners, which we may or may not actually get around to actually making. I think we might, though. All right, so let's make ourselves a cube. And we want it to be 0.4 meters. I know this already. And we're going to make it deeper. Oh, yeah, no, I'm on my own object, aren't I? Yeah, I am. It's like, what? Okay, 7. And GX. I don't want it that deep. I don't even want it. Well, you know what? Let's undo that. Undo all that. There's our cube. Okay. Now I want to be GX 0.2. No, GX minus 0.2. Okay, so that's a cube. Right. Good. And E out. Because I do want to be able to cut it. So I need to go a little bit deeper than that. But I want it to be a 4.4 meter square. And then Q, array this sucker. X vertically, yes. Can we get 4? We might be able to get 4 with we have a contact out of minus 0.45. Yeah, we can do that. GZ up. I think that's a good size. Yeah. Maybe we'll go a little bit more. We'll go minus 0.5 for the up and downs. Still good. Okay. We're going to add another array. Just do it here. This one's going to be constant on the Y. 0.45. And bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches. $30 seems good. Lines up pretty evenly, actually. Just a little bit this way. All right. Yep, cool. And then take it, and we're just going to apply it to be sure. Modifiers, and cut it. And this thing, now we're going to need exact. And let's see, self-intersection. I want it to have edges, and it doesn't. God damn you. God damn you. Can I just take it and no, it's because it's not a solid object, isn't it? Why is booleans, booleans, booleans? This should be a solid object, but let's turn it off for right now. And I just want to see Alt V, face orientation. Everything should be, yeah, it's facing the wrong way, I think. And that's why. Yeah, tab 3. Let's see if this fixes it. Select all those, Shift N. There we go. Now, let's see if that works. This, minus that, exact. Yes, now we got our lines. Cool. Check it out. We got our cubbies. Yay, cubbies. Okay, and we remember it is 0.5 on the vertical, 0.45 on the horizontal. We'll go ahead and apply it. And we're going to get rid of it. These are where our bodies are going to go. Do we want some on the other side? I don't know. I don't want to do my cutter yet, just to be sure. But let's hide it. Do we want to put some on the other side too? Just keep it like, if we don't, we have a wall we can do things to. Realistically, it should probably be there, but having a wall we can do something different with might make for an interesting view. So let's not. Again, realistically, it should be there. I acknowledge this. Save. So let's bring in a body. I was just doinking around yesterday and I made something, and it's not big enough that I worried about, having it objects. I posted it up on Mastodon, but here is an urn. And let's just get this to the other section. Out the way. So, I mean, it is literally nothing complicated. It's just dirt in a glass box. I know it's a 0.3 meter square. The urn came from Big Medium Small's Grand Bazaar kit, and then I just put dirt in it. And I don't really think there's a huge need to, but let's just for fun take this one face, W, subdivide it, say 4 times. This is not that many faces, really. Shift G, coplanar, and just shift hide. So we have just that. Grab this vertex here, go to connected only, random, and turn it on. And GZ. Oh, did I not turn on? GZ. There we go. And there's some dirt. And now it just kind of looks a little bit less even. We can even kind of come back in and L, GZ down a little bit, just because we made it a little high. There we go. To like there. And I could make multiple versions. I was testing this too, where they're like different heights, but I don't think you're really going to see it too well anyway. So I think it's a little bit overkill. If I need to, I can though. It's not a big deal. So we've got our object. Let's come up here and 3 Shift S2 tab here. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. And GZ.15. We know that'll take it up to actually a little high. That's bizarre, but whatever. There we go. So now we have a box in our space. And if we Q array and set it to 0.45, yep. $30. We know they're 30. Right? Yep. And then add an array. No relative. Constant Z of minus 0.5. That should give us a whole wall full of cool things. Let's save and see. Yep, there they all are. Now, I mean, again, if we need to, we could apply this array and adjust one to make it different. But I think this kind of gives the vibe just fine, particularly if we're just like looking at it like that, right? Seems good. Seems cool. And turn back on our ceiling. Let's look. And everything's gonna be dark. But it comes up to there. Cool. I actually think, do we want to be built into the wall or not? That's the question. So like we could bring the top down a little bit, which would make it look like it was cubbies built in, or we could just keep it built into the wall like this. I think we'll keep it built into the wall. I think that's cool. Maybe we'll add a floorboard to it, even if we don't add a ceiling. Let's see, bevel. Control B. That one, no. Okay. Tab, Control A, rotation scale first. When all else fails, go look and see what the normals are doing. They're looking right. 2, Control bevel. Why are you not beveling? I don't know that I care. Fine, be that way. That's getting a weird oversized one, though, isn't it? Why is it doing that? It's strange. Because it should be applied for size. tab, turn off that so I can see everything not blue. Now let's just look. Item. No, it says your scale is correct. So why are you, let's just tab A, M by distance. Okay, there were vertices that were overlapping, but they weren't here. But why is it giving us this weird, like ultra long? It should be mapping properly. Yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to it. It's kind of probably a little early anyway in the process. Hello, Michael. Which group are you in? I don't know. And we have time, so let's do a little bit of playing. Let's see. It's the best way. Shift A, tab here. Shift A, mesh, cube. Scale it down. GY, GX. That's how I feel sometimes. Not gonna argue with you. SX and Y. Make it a little narrower. We're making plaques. I know it's exciting, right? Down to like there. Let's shrink it a little bit. And up. Cool. And we know already what our array needs to look like. And that is, so just go ahead and do it manually. Add array, constant offset of y of 0.45, x, y of 0, x is 0, y of 0.45. Oh, control A, rotation scale. There we go. And count of 30. And then we need another one, an array, not a bevel, an array of count 4, no relative offset, constant offset, and minus 0.5. Now everybody's got a plaque. Woohoo! Exciting. Now I just want to take this and can I do Shift G length? Please give me it all. Yes, should just give me those. I love it when a plane comes in. Let's see if this will bevel. Control B. Yeah, that's too much, but let's go to just a super ellipse. Segments of 3, width of 0.005. Half a centimeter. Just enough to give us a cool little bevel. This is not that high poly of a scene so far, so we can be a little bit. It's like a capsule hotel for dead people. Yeah. That's what we're doing. It's a capsule hotel for dead people. Take it down just a touch. Cool. And again, we can even go a little bit nutty here. Let's turn off this array just so we can see, because we have the polys to actually do some really kind of detailed stuff this time. So we grab this face, Shift Q, utility panel screws. Yeah. Custom, not custom, mesh. Which one does he have? Yep, mesh. No, collection. Custom. Custom it is. I'll get to it eventually. Roundheads? Roundheads just seem cool. Phillips, they're inside out, aren't they? Let's get out of here. Tab, Alt V, face orientation. Yeah, how is this backwards? L, Shift N. How does this happen? All right, whatever. 3, cool. Shift Q, panel screws, custom, round head. There we go. Radius of 0.005, maybe even smaller. 2. Go a little bit bigger just so we can see them. Margin of less. And rotation of 85 and random. So now they don't line up the same. Okay. I mean, that looks cool. And we can take these and join it to this. And now we should have them on all of them. Yep, we do. You can smell the quality on this, guys. That's random flow. The king of all amazing add-ons, random flow. It's just select a face, random flow utility, panel screws. Just like the flanges and the couplings. Okay, cool. There we are. Now, we can get really picky on this scene. And I think we can actually spend a bit of time on people too. Because I think we're going to run out of things to build pretty fast here. There's not a lot of like random flows on your random flows on your checklist, I think. It better be. No. Let's see. Do we want something cool in the ends though? Maybe we do. I don't really think I need. Let's see, tab 2. Q, curve extract, round. We could keep it round. Round's not bad for that. Yeah, it's, you know, yeah, I would be shocked if it wasn't based on how much I talk about it. Yeah, 0. Oh yeah, we'll do 0. I like that. And then we will go to edit, item, and tilt 45. Line them up straight. So that just, I kind of like the square more than the round. So I just lowered the resolution down, and then it puts it in at the wrong angle, so we just had to rotate it out. There we go. And now we have, you know, support structures. Oh yeah. I mean, okay, so Botanic is awesome. I would say get Geoscatter before you get Botanic. I love them both. I use them both all the time. But Geoscatter will give you both a huge plant library and the ability to scatter everything anywhere, which is just really nice. Botanic is going to give you some slightly higher quality plants than some of the ones in Geoscatter, perhaps. They're nice. Don't get me wrong. I love having both of them, but if I had to pick one or the other, I would just get Geoscatter first, for what it's worth. You know, not that anyone required my, advice here, but unasked for, but given freely. Okay, let's convert it. Cool. Tab L7, Shift D, GY. I kind of want one to like there too, right? Yeah, I do. I knew I did. And for hard surface stuff, random flow and hard ops are like the two all-time best. So for me, for the sort of sci-fi stuff that I do. Cool. And there. I like it. Save. Oh no, Botanic is great, but it doesn't have nearly as good the scattering options that Geoscatter does. And Geoscatter A will let you use Botanic assets later, and because you Botanic has Geoscatter scat packs, and B the plants in Geoscatter that it comes with natively are already more than good enough for anything except the closest of closest renders of something. And you can and then you can scatter your own, so you can always just find a single tree or whatever if you want to do that for a highlight. So yeah, that's why. Okay, I was gonna materialize stuff. I'm just kind of getting into other things now. Shaders. I'm gonna go Kitbash 3D had a kit called Elysium that I saved out the shaders from because I like to do shit like that. And it was like stones and rocks and stuff a lot. So let's see what we can find. Stone polished white. That sounds potential for this. Tab A, U, cube projection. Tab, save, and let's see what it looks like. I mean, hello. Looks pretty not bad to me. Might do a little bit to it, but not bad. Maybe we change the floor. Let's see what it would look like with a different floor. Add another one, assign it, and go with, is there like a stone floor? Brick tile floor, marble floor, metal floor, concrete floor tiles, ancient floor tiles. Those are kind of all more beat up looking. Let's see, this one. Brick tile floor. I kind of like it. It's a little too big, I think. Let's UV it. Oh yeah. A scale. Let's scale around. Or turn off random too. Scale around our 2D cursor. Scale. There we go. Cool. That should be good. Save. Gives us a neat floor. It's kind of beat up, but that's not awful for this. I don't mind this building feeling old. That looks okay. I think I want to scale it up just a touch more though. So that we get a good grout on both sides. Yes, there we go. That's what we wanted, yo. And then these pillars here, what do we want? Does ELS have anything else that would be good? Elysium, but its short form is ELS. Did the brick tile floor, marble white, stone polished white. We did that one. I kind of want to have some bits of sci-fi to it, so I wonder what will happen if we did something like this. So it looks, it's got a little bit of a tech element to it. I think that's kind of neat. We're gonna need something on this wall. It is way too empty right now. Okay, let's go back into layout. Not do it in UV. Save. but I like it. I think we're looking good. We just need something on that wall. And I don't know what that is yet. We also need some lighting and the ceiling done too. So I haven't forgotten those things, but just kind of thinking. We are only at 35 minutes. We're not doing bad. Oh, we should probably give these things an actual texture too. I think I want them to be kind of nice. So as opposed to super grungy, even though like I'm kind of the king of super grungy, I think, but um, metal. So here are some like metals that are not all screwed up and a nice, maybe a matte brass. Let's try a matte brass. Let's see what that does. Yeah, yeah, I think that's all right. Again, I wish it had just a little bit more oomph to it. It's a little too, okay. We're getting a little bit too much. Let's, I can speak. Maybe we won't do this one. It's not that it's a bad material, but it's got that bevel built onto it too, which is just, so I'll have to go and edit it really. This bevel is built into the material to hide that stuff. Metal sheeting plain gray. Let's see. That's more grungy. I mean, that's certainly very grody. But not awful. Maybe let's just see. I know you guys can't see my metals that I'm using here. So it's kind of like, oh, we're looking at materials and no one can tell what the hell I'm doing. But um, I'm just looking at different metal materials now. And, it's about as exciting as it sounds like it would be. Let's try metal worn. That looks better. That's got a little bit of worn to it, but still not awful. And I think this material we need to adjust the scale on while we're doing such things. UV editing, invert, and a scale, just shrinking it down. I know this is not the texture, but it doesn't really matter. Something like that. Is that better? That feels much better. Yeah. It's a little even, which is kind of annoying, but we could try fixing that. You trust me? I don't trust me. Come on. Stone polished white. There we go. That's what these are. And all of these should go to Shift A, search. Polygon is a company. It's the donut blender company guy, but Polygon with two eyes. But he created these free nodes for materials that I really like. I'm just gonna get rid of these. And it's UV. And what it does is it creates a easy way to blend rotate materials. So you say right now it's scale of 1, and I can leave it there, or I can change the scale here a little bit higher, add more, but then I can do a mosaic rotation and a mosaic noise blend. And it makes it so that, well, that's still coming. Which one is this? Why is that brick tile floor? Ah! Okay, that's the problem there. But I like it better for here. But this one definitely needs to be changed. All right. Fucker. Okay. Tab. Let's come back and do a student layout where I can see better. Somebody trust me? Jesus, guys, you guys. Let's just select that. Shift hide. It says it's not there. Alt hide. What is this? What material is that? Why is it not even given a material? The materials are doing weird things to me in Blender the last 2 days. I do not know what the heck is going on. It's kind of bizarre. Like it wasn't letting me change the names of a material yesterday after I got started. 3, polish white, assign. Okay, so it's letting me do it, but see, it doesn't see it as assigned to anything. So I'm going to select all and assign it all to polish white. And that will get all that right. Okay, it's just bizarre. Assign. No, it was pre-updating the doohickeys. It was just straight Blender. It's strange. So on the island, I wanted to put like some stone around the building. You can't even really see it, and it just would not let me do it. Strange. Okay, but that's much better. Anyway, that's so now it's looking good, and because we have that, let's see if we can make it work or crash Blender. Man, I like 361 was so much better. I'd go back if it weren't for the fact that the new one's coming out next week, so I'll just suffer for a little bit. But I am not a fan at all. Okay. Shading. Let's just solo this object. I want to see if I can make this polygon mosaic rotation. There we go. They still line up ever evenly though. It's bizarre. Are they in the same place in the UV edit? Yeah. Let's see. I think they're in the same place on the UV, which is weird. They shouldn't be. But it looks like this. Those are different, but that and that is the same. Well, it's not that big a deal. I'm not gonna. The reason it's not UVing properly is these are set to the exact same place. All right. Again, it's not like it's such a small texture, and for God's sakes, we have dead bodies in there, so it's not really a big deal. I'm just being annoyed. Okay, but we still need to fill up these walls with something. And what do we want to do? We could just do more pillars. What would be an appropriately themed thing? Actually, yeah, I know what we'll do. Tab 3, inset. Where's that pillar? That pillar shouldn't be there at all. L, X, vertices. Where that came from. Okay, there we go. E, inset that in like that. U, Q projection. Okay. So we have that, and that could be for sitting, actually, potentially. It's not a bad thing. Maybe we could just keep it for that. And maybe we'll do that. A nice little round curve there. And here, 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 we'll add a lesser round curve. Let's undo the whole curve, actually. No, we're good. Let's do the, yeah, let's just do the whole curve. Make the whole thing. I don't feel like dealing with fighting bevels right now. Make it a little more inviting. Save again. And that does give us the opportunity to add in some more lighting too, which is cool. More faces means more places to put lights. So let's say we do that. Control R. 6. 6 seems good. Control R. Good. 1. We want this one. Jump the others. Okay, fine. You're just messing with me. 3, Shift G, coplanar. I hate roofs. Shift hide. There we go. 7, 9. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Great. Okay. So we could do this one and this one. That's probably enough, honestly. Or this one, outer one, an outer one, and inner one. That's a little much. Maybe I'll just, I could always just make an odd number of cuts. Maybe I'll go back and do that. Bye-bye. There we go. Or an even number of cuts. That's good. Yeah, even number of cuts is what we want. Seems good. 1, that one, that one. We'll do all 4. Fine. Not that one. That one. Okay. And Q, circle. Good. 3, E, up. Cool. Was that did I do the floor? I did the floor. You've got to be kidding me. I don't think it matters, but there we go. Q, circle. 3, up, plus, assign, and we're going to go with a warm. And do we want to do it with color or temperature? How even do we want to be? Let's okay. If you've done this before, it's kind of cool. Instead of color, we can do a Shift A black body, and that'll give a temperature. Right now, as you can see, it's really cool, but this is a way to link your temperatures to make sure they're exactly the same as the color temps in your lights. So 4,500 is a nice warm light temperature. That's cool. So we'll go with that. And save. Let's turn back on our ceiling. Give it a color. I think we're just going to make it the same as that. So stone polished white for right now. Save. Save early, save often. Dark! It's so dark! We're going to add to that. I kind of want to be a little bit schleppy, for lack of a better word, a little bit low tech. Like I have these inset lights here and they're fine and we're going to keep them. We're actually going to do, can I Shift G length and 0.001. Yes, fine. And then That's fine. We'll just keep bevel all those. For these close-up scenes, you need more bevels than you might otherwise. Yeah, we got a little bit of weirdness, but I actually kind of like the way it does that. But yeah, because you're going to be seeing these edges, you might need to bevel more than if you just are doing a distance scene. Something to be aware of. But yeah, I want the lights to not all be built into the building like this. So I'm going to go open up another blender and grab a light from the Tokyo kit. Okie dokie, Tokyo Street assets. Because there are some cool fluorescent lights that I thought were neat looking. And they'll give us some interest as well. Maybe this one. This one feels just suitably kind of grody to me. Copy objects. And 7. And Control V. Let's put in the lights, even though it's not a light. And Alt G. Yep. G, Z, 2.5. That should bring it up to our ceiling, right? 2.5 ceilings, right? Yeah, cool. And then we'll bring it down to here. And Q, add modifier array. And suck it in until it's roughly the same. Again, I'm not going to care 100%, but there we go. We have lights. And that lets us add some cables too for and me. Because clearly we're going to need them. It's dark. Dimly lit. We might make it a little less dimly lit. Let's see, materials and these bins. Emission strength is 5. Let's take it to 10. I think 10 is better. We'll probably still punch it up, maybe even 15. Okay, save. All righty. So now we can do some cabling, and we can choose to do, again, either build it or grab it from something like here. So let's look over here and see if there's something we like, which we know there is. But let's see if we can find something that looks like it would work for what we're doing here. These look like more, we could put these on the ceiling. It is possible, but maybe I'm not seeing anything that like hugely calls to me for that. I do like these cables, man. They did such a good job. Wet footprints would be quite easy to do in all, well, relatively speaking. What you would need to do would be, fuck it, I think I have some. Let's go look and see. I'll show you. It's not a bad thing to do that. We can do that right now. Let's turn off our ceiling. And actually, I'm going to move these to ceiling, not lights, just so they go away when I want them to. Okay, Shift A, image as planes. Now, Z. I did this for a book cover for a really awesome lady. Clients, name, Elizabeth Bonesteel. No, where did I put it? I might have just kept it in my own. Yeah. Did I keep it? That would have made sense. believe in textures. Textures, alphas, and foot, feet. Come on. Where else did I have? Well, I wish I could find my footsteps. Step. The problem, I have too many damn things, right? How about I show you with something else, and I may add it after, just to show you how to do it, though. Okay. Um, we'll do this. We'll create a new one. Shift A, new plane, and we will scale it like that. Solo it. Now save. Shading. Solo it. Give me that. New. And I can grab anything pretty much, but let's see. Textures. I'm just, I don't know why I'm spending too much time looking at these things, but why not? Oh, we'll do this kind of alpha here because it's not a footstep, but it's kind of like a puddle thing. There we go. And let's see. How do we want to do it? Actually, yes. Do it this way, even smoother. Shift A, search. Transparent. Color. There. And then Shift D. Join those together. Now mix shader. Add shader. I'm a little sidetracked, but I don't mind. Okay. Now, if we come here and in this case, it's fine because it's white. So we could do a math. Let's do a hue shader. Hue saturation value of -5. Well, let us do it. Let's see. I forget how I did it. Oh. Well, no. Sorry. X. Color. That's made it brighter. See, so now we have a bright spot there. But if we look at this material, let's see, where are we? 2. What is it called? Alpha 2. What happens if we do that? Can we invert the whole thing? How did I get the dark before? Yeah, I was trying to keep the underlying texture. So there's a couple ways to do that too, but it gets a little bit more complicated. I'm trying to do it in a separate plane, but you could do it this way and just put UVs across. And we could even, if you don't care too much about how 100% accurate it is, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let's do it that way. Sorry, I know I'm jumping around. We have that, and then we drop this to alpha, and we have that. And then we do a math here, and subtract set it to whatever. So it's almost transparent. Shift A, search, hue saturation value of 0.1. There we go. There we go. I'll keep this out so you can see it for right now. And then you just go decrease the roughness a lot. Maybe add a bit of sheen if it's an oil slick thing going on. And GZ and bring it down so it's right on top of your thing. And then we bring this back. And we can cut down. There you go. So you see, you do it like that. Yes, transparent nodes turn black part cool. So if you did it across the whole thing, what you could do is, well, I can show you here. Where am I? Seth objects, light controls. It's not ELS, that's why. Dark edges. So here's a plane. And if you look at it, what it does is it darkens almost everything. I use it for what you call it, vignetting. So it darkens the outside and keeps the inside brighter. So you just do that, but instead of making the outside, because right now that's our shape, you just reverse it. So that's the brighter one. Anyway, but it will lighten up the other areas too. No, that's fine. I don't mind. We'll leave our little splat there. Why not? Just kind of a neat little splat. We could add footprints, but anyway, you do that and you just array them along, and then there they are. That took a lot longer than I thought because I couldn't find my footprints. But anyway, what was I doing? Ceiling, right? And cables. Yeah. Little sidetracking's fine every now and then. I'm not like, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I wish I had managed to make it a little bit less confusing, but hopefully it made sense anyway. I was like, you do this and it doesn't work right. I just want my wall. It's so hard to see. Okay. Fine. Okay, we'll do it this way and we'll move it around. Control AC, create a cable from here to here. Scale it down. Decrease that. Set it. Let's see, simulate cable. Do we want it like that? I don't think we do. I think it's a little too much. We're just going to delete it. But I think we might want, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I wanted to do when I set out to make this channel, and I'm still happy about it. So yeah. Okay. Control R. To there. And control. Actually, no, we don't want there. We could just do this. This would work, I think. We could just run it straight down the side, right? So what do these things look like? I want to see where I can attach a pipe to, basically. So we could run it along. Control R. There. Control R. Put on the same side. There. And the ones on the outside will do differently. So if we take this one, and this one, Control Shift bevel. Why is it not allowing that I have applied the scale? I mean, I didn't apply the scale on this. Rotation scale. I should have, though. Control Shift B. There we go. Now it's better. Okay, 2. And now we should be able to select. Let's just solo this sucker. Can we select that and that? Yes, we can. But obviously we don't want the whole thing. But that'll work. Let's see. Oh, right. Fine. Maybe just be able to select to there, right? To here, to here. Is that enough? Yeah, I feel like that's enough. Q, curve extract, cable, or pipe. We can always edit it too. That's what we'll do. 7G. There we go. Pipe. I don't really need to make another one. I'm gonna move that to ceiling. So select a ceiling. Select objects. 7, 9. Okay, so we got that one. Now we should be able to do Alt D to that one. It's going into the other wall, I think, than I initially thought about, isn't it? But I don't know that I care. Yeah, it's going up there, but that's fine. That's good enough. I don't mind. So, although I could, if yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Should be good enough. Select a pipe. Let's see. And you know what? Why am I doing this? But I don't know, because I feel like it. That's why. Okay. Tab. Test 2. Tab. Now. 3D cursor. RY 180. Right? Yep. Good enough. RY 180. Works for both of those because the Y is the same for both of them. And they extend to our wall. And we're going to tab and edit. And we're just going to take this one, GX, and bring it a little further. Tab. Edit. Both of them. Good, good, good. Gotta keep. Gotta, it's not really a cable, but, good enough. And then this one here. Q, curve extract. 7, tab, GY, just bring it back to here. And then down here, tab, Q, curve extract, GY, bring it back to there. Then we're going to take that, and this, and join them together, which makes them all the same. But okay, we got an extra one because of Alt D, didn't I? Oh, just delete that. Or tab L. You know what? Fine. Q, convert to mesh. L, X. Did I get rid of both of them? Weird. All right, fine. I don't know why. We'll do it again. I don't care. Let's undo it. I'm not going to convert to mesh yet then. There we go. Should all be one thing though, right? Or are these together? Join. Tab L, X vertices. There we go. Quit messing with me, stupid thing. Well, I'm glad you guys think it's the real part. I'm always kind of like, oh, I'm just screwing everything up here. But, um, I am not a Blender sorcerer. Um, select objects, solo, and underneath. Now, I want to see if I can find, because I'm kind of just like trying to hit that next level of detail on these that we don't always do because I often run out of time. Let's see. Street lights. Did that have it? No. Pipe assets. No. There was Ian had a thing that I'm looking for. It's bracket. There it is. That's the bracket I want. Bring it into here. Well, yes. All right. So we had this and individual origin. RY 180. RZ 90. Scale it down. This is probably overkill, but I want to do it, so we're going to. And then we're going to scale it down. It's like a flange, but better, right? It's a bracket. To there. And actually, yeah, it's fine. No, we'll do it. Tab 3, Shift G2. No. Shift G. Shift S2. That's what I'm trying to do. There we go. 3 cursor. And scale. So I didn't have it quite the right spot, but that's fine. Up a bit. Let's just make it bigger. That way. That way. We have a bracket. Kiss my ass. And over to here. And line up and join those two together. And then Alt D, GY. This is really pissy stuff here, by the way. Like, this is not something you ever would want to spend a lot of time doing normally. I just feel like it. Let's put a camera in so I can see what I'm looking at too. You're like, look, there are brackets that can you see? No, you can't see. I could grow to like brackets as well. Yes. Can you see they're there? Let's look. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. Just knowing that makes me happy in this case. So there we go. Got that. And let's make it metal worn. See how that looks. And Q, convert to mesh, and tab A, U, Q projection. With the right camera angle, you could. Whether or not you would focus on that and it's worth your time is another story entirely. But, whatever. I like brackets. And if I'm going to spend 5 minutes drawing brackets onto a scene, I will. um, I want something on the end of this wall here, and I don't know what, to be honest. But I'm going to hide the ceiling and see what I can find. And I'm going to go looking in, and I'll bring it down so you can see too. I want to go look in Ian's. Let's make it a little smaller. Not Ian, sorry. Big Meme Small Grand Bazaar, which is Persian versus, you know, Venetian, but they're not entirely super different sometimes. And I just want to see if I can find something that I feel like would add to so if we wanted to just do bumpy stone walls, we could have just made them that way too. I used these a lot in the old scene when I was doing the Arabic one. Yeah, it really would mean pointing the camera right at those brackets for sure. Let's do the 2K one. Let's just see. It's not entirely appropriate to our genre, like I said. I admit that. And maybe I am the only human being who would give a damn, but I do. It is true. Every mausoleum needs a camel. Yeah. All are cool. Yep. Scale it up. Oh, it's like bigger. And bring it in like that. I'm gonna be up a bit. I mean, it's kind of neat looking. It might be worth our space. I don't have a good painting. That would be another kind of cool thing, right? Would be like a Renaissance style painting. I could go look for such a thing as that too. And I might do that afterward, but it definitely needs something there. This is working for me though. I'm going to now come over here to, that should not be in play. Oh, that's our ground thing. Let's just move it to collection. Come over here, Shift A, light area, dot RY90. Yep. And color of like 4500 again. It's a nice light one. And power of like 15. Let's see. Light from down the hall. So without it, is it making a difference yet? Did it go in lights? No, it didn't even go in lights. That's so M lights. Let's see. Without it, probably needs to be brighter. 500. Oh yeah, yeah, it's bright. 100. Actually, does need to be fairly bright. 200, something like that. It's coming from the next area over, and I do like that. I actually think it might be a little too warm. Let's try 5,000. Bring up the color a bit. Maybe even 5,500. You don't want to go above that. 5,500 is close to white, but still a little warm. I like it. Kind of probably matching closer to those lights. Although real fluorescent lights are like, I want to say like 7,500. I used to know. That's looking pretty good though. I think that's, and I think for visual interest, we need to do something here to these guys. Let's turn off our ceiling. And let's say I'm going to pick this one. Shift A, mesh, cube, scale it down. We're going to do the same thing we did with that tower yesterday that you may not have saw, but doesn't matter. Okay, and that's that. And then to here and control minus. Save. And let's come to this object here. And it's in the wrong spot. This Boolean needs to be at the very end. And it empties out that one space. And maybe we'll empty out a couple others too. So Shift D and to here. And let's go to the top one. And that, and control minus. And we can see it's put it on the whole face again. Because it keeps wanting to move Booleans after arrays when you use that. But that's how we want it. And we can even do, let's see, where are we at? I think let's do one close in too. So like here. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's make sure our camera's right first because I'm not even seeing it necessarily. And we're going to turn off cutters so I don't see it. Okay, so camera, let's go fix that. Photographer. Yeah, totally, right? I do think of that stuff. Like, yeah. I was looking at light temperatures the other day. I'm like, yep, this is important. You need to know. You do. I mean, you can get away without knowing, but if you do know, you'll be better. So something like that. And let's get rid of this guy here. Which means grab that one, Shift D. I could honestly just build it all as a single cutter object and not do this multiple times, but I feel like this gives me more flexibility to turn them on and off again. So I don't mind doing it as a separate cutting object, even though it means I do have to readjust my arrays every damn time. Save. 0. Yes, there we go. That is better. And hide the cutters. We won't apply them, we'll just hide them. So we can even move them around if we wanted to based on our composition. But if we look now color-wise, let's see if I'm right. I feel like having at least that one, you can't really tell the other ones right now, but having a couple out, we might need one or two even more. Just adds a level of, these are not all the same. Maybe a light on this end would be helpful too. Let's do that. Lights. This guy. Alt D. Or bring him over here. And rotate him just slightly that way. Let's see. It's a little brighter. Not a tremendous amount, but oh, he's right. Let's point it that way. Let's bring him. Let's cheat him in more. Now he's much brighter. That's maybe too much. GX. Bring it back to like there. Cool. Okie dokie. Yeah. And my absolutely missing, brackets. Now, let's see, camera. Do we want to tilt? I think we want to tilt a little more that way so we don't get that sharp cut of light on this side here. Save. We have our little stain on the floor, which we could do more with if we wanted to. But I like that. Now, what else do we want to do? I have an idea. And I don't know if it'll work or not, but let's see. G coplanar. And let's just duplicate it. Shift D, P section. Grab this, solo it, tab. Now, two. X dissolve edges. Yes. I'm just gonna do it all again. Okay. And I'm gonna add more, but I kind of want it to keep it like that. Maybe, or ooh, maybe not. Maybe I won't dissolve those edges. Yes. Okay. Like, ooh. 2. Control bevel. Down to 1. There we go. Cool. And then 3. So like this, and this. Good. Now, Shift Q. Random flow. Panel cloth. Cuts 5. 20. Gravity of 0. Shrink of -1. Pressure max of 2. Something like that's looking okay, but it's still not got enough for what I need. W subdivide. Do I want to? No, because it's gonna, I want to make these inset a little bit. There we go. Now, Shift Q. Cloth, again, cuts 25. Oh, I need to probably remove faces too. That's better. F9 cuts 50. And pressure 5. Trying to make cushions, basically. But I don't think we're ready to do it yet. Tab 2, Control R. I think this will help. And actually, that'll give us strips, won't it? Let's see. We're adding in 6. Sure. Control R6. Sure. Control R6. Sure. Things that I might have done better if I'd thought about it differently, but you know, whatever. As you said, process, right? 3. C. There needs to be a better way. Oh, yeah, there's a better way to do than that. I don't need C. I should use B. 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 And B. Does this give me pretty much probably duplicated it anyway, but let's see. Panel cloth. Cut 20. It's going to think. It's a lot more cuts this time. It's better though. Yes, it is better. Okay. And coupler X faces tab pillars. We got pillars. And real-time materials, cloth, purple silk, add material, but I don't want it to be purple. I want it to be red. I liked my red one yesterday. Save, and let's see. Still can't super tell, but no, I like that. I think perhaps I like that. I'm not 100% sure though. Maybe I like it a little better otherwise. Let's see. No, I like it better without it. Now that I've spent all that time doing it, I like it better without it. And that's how it goes. Well, I was going to put people in here, but well, it seems like we've, just about run out of time to do that. Not that there's anything complicated with that. Bed of coals. Yeah, it looks like it's gone. I don't think it looked like a bed of coals, but I still think it's gone. Think I do kind of want let's see. Hide the ceiling again. Let's see. I found where's me? I found this free set of greebles on Blender Market yesterday that actually has a geoscatter kit, which is neat, but it also has an asset library. And I thought I might try to use those here real quick for something. That's right. Nothing like it. Let's see. That's big. Let's scale it down. RY 90. No. RY minus 90. Look there. And I'm just checking something. We'll see. Can't even see the first one. There. Do we like having a little bit of grate there? Yeah, I kind of do. I think that's all right. Just a couple of minor grates. It's a great idea. Oh God, dad joke times 1,000. And I think, let's see, just looking back at these things here, is there anything else we want to add? Like, I want the space to feel both nice and simultaneously a little on the grungy side. So It's a tough combo. Um, I just want to see. I don't necessarily think we'll use it, but let's see. RZ 90, no, RZ minus 90. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or was it RZ 90? No, it was the other way. I think that just feels a little too oppressive. It's not quite what we want. Um, it's okay. We don't necessarily need something else. But tab 5, if we were to inset, do we like that? I think we like that, just to give us a little bit of that graphic element. And then bevel that just a slight bit to match the other stuff we've been doing. Yes, I think we like that. Breaking up those lines just a little bit, giving more places for light to bounce off of. Seems cool to me. Yeah, all right. Well, I think we're just about there. Um, we have our mausoleum corridor, and there's like my idea. So incidentally, I think I wrote yesterday, like what happens is, I'll just tell you guys the idea while we're looking at it here at the end, is that it's bodies are brought here and put in these boxes and kept in these urns in these boxes for 10 years before they are made part of the island. Anytime someone comes to visit their loved ones or whatever, they are expected to bring dirt and add to the box. And it is at the end of the 10-year that the box with the urn is taken, made in, and then added to the island. So you prove your love for your, departed ones by bringing dirt essentially as a gift, so that over time the land is increased because dirt is value and certainly was to the original people who come from this planet. Um, yeah, so that's why you have these glass boxes so you can see um, what's happening. An environmental panel? I don't think so. Like I don't like I'm kind of thinking like would you see that necessarily in this remote? Like there might be a room where it is in the back, but I think like there I don't want any controls of that kind of stuff going on. I mean maybe like a box or something. Like you could have like a thermostat, but I don't know. Um, I think I'm liking it better, a little bit simpler in that regard. Um, like I almost low tech to the whole thing. Just we've got our lights and a couple little hints that there might be something going on otherwise. But yeah, so like that's the concept. So there's like rows and rows and rows of these where people can come and you visit your loved ones and all that sort of stuff. And then at the end, they're popped out, rooms made for a new one. And yeah, I mean, it's a combination of ashes and dirt both. Like the ashes are still left in that box. So it is, but just there's not that much ashes to people. And this gives you a reason to keep them out for 10 years beyond just, you know, nostalgia or whatever, love, that. Um, and perhaps there are different sized box areas for different economic classes. So maybe we're looking at this is a very plain, so this would be probably commoners and a small, you know, basically It's 0.3 meters, so like a 1 foot cube box o' dirt. But maybe somebody else has a bigger one you love. Um, anyway, I think we're good for today. We got what we needed on this one. I will go ahead and render it up from a couple different views. I'm going to probably put a couple people in too. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. And I'm not sure what tomorrow is going to be. Maybe we'll do an exterior scene on the island. Maybe we'll move on to something else. I'm just kind of back and forth on that. Um, yeah, totally. Exactly, Micah. That's the 10-year timer would reset. No, every time someone comes to visit, yeah, I don't know. I think I wanted to go away, but definitely there's going to be people coming to visit and things like this is where you bring kids school trips and that kind of stuff. Like and it's a spot. It's also massively beat down by the overcity, which we probably need to start developing at one point soon. You know, but anyway, folks, I'm gonna run. Thanks for hanging out with me. Always a pleasure. Thanks for indulging in my bracket, fetish for this morning, and I will see you again later. Have a great rest.